from Iringa Hope. Here at Iringa Hope, we remain committed to bringing microfinance to the villages of the rural Iringa area. Now, bringing microfinance to these villages means developing village-based microfinance banks or saving and credit cooperatives, SACCOs. These are owned and operated by the villages and bring not only financing but organization, training, and the ability to move beyond financing into larger community activities. Well, it's been a busy year at Iringa Hope. At the start of the year, we completed the formation of the Microfinance Institute. This is a joint activity between Tanzania University, ourselves, and Thrivent Financial. We staffed it with Professor Enoch Ugulumo as a director. Professor Ugulumo has over 10 years experience in the Iringa region in rural agricultural development and microfinance. We have a full-time SACCOs coordinator, Mr. Twaini Samsung, who has extensive experience working in the villages and with the individuals. Now, this institute then provides us a vehicle to do ongoing training, development work in the villages, and bring people from the villages into Tanzania University, where we give them intensive training courses, 3-day courses, to further develop their ability and make the SACCOs more robust. In addition, it also gives us a vehicle to form a joint SACCOs, which is a centralized microfinance bank that we can then do certification, audits, and so forth to make sure the villages really are operating their own microfinance SACCOs in the appropriate fashion. Well, by the end of this year, we will have worked with 20 different locations in the Iringa area. Not all of these locations have SACCOs, but they're all developing, planning, early implementation, and some have full-blown SACCOs. So we are working in a variety of fashions in the different locations depending on where they're at. In the long term, our goal is to have microfinance institutions or SACCOs at all 71 of the villages in the Iringa Diocese. Well, how do we form a SACCOs? Well, the process is basically simple. We visit locations and explain to them what a SACCOs is, what a loan is, what it will do for them. If they express a desire and there's a core group, we come back and we start training them. We train them on the basics of how do you plan how much money you're getting for a crop, how much it costs to buy the seed, what your profit is, or if it's a small business, how do you make a little plan on the business, a business plan, know the profits, and so forth. We train them on how you organize, how you manage, keep books, and we help them recruit members. And after we see that there is a core group and they're trained and recruited, then we start enrolling people. Typically, people will pay $5 to join the SACCOs, and we'll look for between 20 and 60 members in a location before we start. We then help them with the legal. We put open the bank accounts and start to put financing in place. Now, a village can raise between $100 and $300 themselves. This is a lot of money for people whose total income is maybe $200 a year, and yet it costs a little over $6,000 to fully form a SACCOs. So we bring the other capital to the village through donors like you. They're partner parishes, individuals, institutions, and we'll start. Often we start with $3,000, which is only part of what it takes, and develop the SACCOs towards the full amount they need. But the legal requirement is going to take about $6,000. Once we've started, they start making loans right away and begin operations as a SACCOs. But our work isn't done because we need to continue to train, upgrade, and bring more information to the region, train new members, keep their leaders working, and make sure things are running as they're intended. A typical loan, well, a typical loan that these things are making are $200 for 9 months. Most of these loans are going to a single female head of the household, usually a farmer, but doesn't have to be. Generally, they will double or triple their income. So a household that's headed by a female, maybe with 3 children, will move from living on less than $1 a day to living on $2 or $3 a day. This is an enormous improvement for these people, because when you're living on less than $1 a day, you're unable to buy a school uniform, so your child can't go to school. You maybe eat meat once a month, so they are suffering from malnourishment. If someone gets sick, even dysentery, you can't afford medicine. But you move to $3 a day. The children are going to school, malnourishment disappears, and if someone gets sick, they actually get some medicine. It is an enormous improvement. One lady who has got a loan for $180 told me, last year I had little. This year I have much. After getting a loan, her income went from $200 to over $600 for the year. She felt she was rich. Her family benefited. It was just an amazing change in their lifestyle. The overall impact of these loans is improvements on schooling, education, nutrition, just the whole family benefits enormously. Currently, we have over 300 active borrowers in the various SACCOs we work with. This is impacting over 1,500 people in the Iringa area. Still, we have over 400 people on waiting lists to obtain loans, because once someone sees they can get a loan, everyone wants them, and there's a limit on capital. In Iringa, there is a constant drought of capital, and the loans make huge differences, so people are excited and join the waiting list. Our latest SACCO that we developed is the Tungi. We began visiting Tungi last year. It's a long process. People were excited. We did training. They elected officials. We enrolled 19 members in a Tungi, and thanks to a grant from Elam Foundation, we were able to provide them with $3,000 in capital, and they are now starting to operate and will be making their first loans before the end of the year. Everyone's excited. Now, I thought it would be good if you could hear directly from some of the people involved in the work, some on our board, the microfinance institution. So we will have brief messages from them, but hear from the other people. I would like to thank all the generous people who have contributed to this effort. The many people in the St. Paul area synod who have contributed individually or through their congregations. The many organizations that have supported our work, supported the Institute, helped with training sessions. Without your help, this work would not have been possible. Without your help, these people would not have been able to get their loans and improve their livelihood. On behalf of the many people in the Iringa region who are benefiting from this, I would like to thank you. It has been a privilege that I have had to work on this and work with these people. And so on my behalf, I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to work with these
Friends of Tanzania, I'm Ben Kilgore, Treasurer of Iringa Hope. 2011 was a year of good progress for us. Our mission over the past 5 years has been to start village microfinance funds in rural central Tanzania. And we're continuing to expand the number of villages that have access to small loans. In addition, we're working to build local resources for training and management support. At year-end 2010, a decision was taken to establish a nonprofit corporation to help us raise funds. Iringa Hope was formed, and we now have 501c3 tax-exempt status from the IRS. This has already proved to be helpful in our fundraising, and we expect it will be more so in the future. In Tanzania, in Iringa, the Microfinance Institute, which was formed last year, has now started training sessions for officers of some of the established village SACCOs. The SACCOs is a Savings and Credit Cooperative Society, the entity that's used for these funds established under Tanzanian law. Okay. This training has focused on the maintenance of accounting records. It's also providing a forum for the officers of different funds to exchange views and ideas on problems associated with microfinance. In addition to the training, one of the other missions of the Microfinance Institute is to help us develop new village funds and expand the number of communities having access to credit. This involves providing orientation and training to members in the community so that they know what's involved in becoming a member of a SACCOS, understand a little bit about how loans are made and repaid, and it also provides training for potential officers so that they understand more about their duties and responsibilities. Okay. In nearly all cases, the village SACCOS still need additional capital. Many members are waiting for loans and have to take their turn. The Microfinance Institute is forming a joint SACCOS in Iringa. This joint SACCOS would be the vehicle for providing additional funding to the village funds. We expect that the joint SACCOS can be created by year end, and we expect to make a cash contribution to it somewhere early after the first of the year. This approach, using a hierarchy, if you like, provides us a vehicle for moving capital around. It provides us more flexibility. It provides a way of helping to obtain more consistency in SACCOS operation and in reporting. And most importantly, it provides a central focal point for raising capital from other sources. Finally, the board of Iringa Hope would like to thank everyone who has donated or contributed to this mission. It's an important mission because it helps the families help themselves. It means more food for families. It means money for education of children. It means opportunities to participate in ways that they could never participate in the past.
Hello from Iringa. This is Dan McIntyre. I'm on the board of Iringa Hope, working in Tumani University here in Iringa for about 5 months, teaching in the IT program. And while I'm here, I can also do some things with Eddie Wayne and Enoch on microfinance. So I will be here until the beginning of February. I was here 6 months last year, and so it's a good opportunity to be in Iringa for an extended time and be able to do some things with microfinance.
Hi, I'm Pastor Paul Harris, and I have the privilege of spending 3 months a year in Tanzania teaching at Tumani University in Iringa, and also working with microfinance and Radio Faraha. You know, it's just an incredible thing to see people's lives being changed by getting microloans. I think of Joel Kalamba, who is an evangelist in Nyanzwa Parish. His children, 2 of them, have been generally malnourished and stunted. But when he started getting microloans, in fact, he was able to about double his effective income, and his children were able to get better nourishment, and they were able to live considerably better lives. You have Felina Matsambuli. And this strong woman was able to get a $100 loan, and with that she was able to hire some additional help in hoeing the irrigated fields and to plant more onions in the Nyanzwa Parish. Because of this, again, she was able to approximately double her income. The difference between living on $1 a day and $2 a day is incredible. It means you have a chance to get school uniforms for your children. It means that you can add some more protein to the diet. It means that you can save some money and have a bit of a cushion for difficult times. Iringa Hope has helped establish 14 microfinance banks in the Iringa region. The need continues. Not only are there periodic famines for food in Tanzania, but there's an invasive perennial famine for capital. Iringa Hope helps increase the capital supply for microfinance banks and provides essential oversight, auditing, and training. For helping with this. Your help is needed by prayers and also by gifts to increase the capital supply. It's very difficult to grow the capital accounts in these SACCOS, but with God's help and with the generosity of many people, we can do that. Thank you very much.
My name is Enoch Ogunomo, the director of Microfinance Institute here at Tumani University, and I'm working with the Microfinance Institute to support SACCOS, small groups that are already established in a number of villages in the Iringa Diocese. And the program has just started, and we had also received some money from our partners, Iringa Hope in America, who have supported us in a number of congregations. I was able to meet one family in Nyanzwa that I already told you, that he had a small farm of about 5 acres
He got the money, he tilled the land, he planted the onions, and he sold the onions. He got enough money. He took his kids to a good school, a secondary school, and he changed also his family by building a new house. It's now complete. They are residing in it. And also, he is using the money to support the family on health matters. It should be known that in many places in Tanzania, people are dying because they lack finances to support the costs that many hospitals in the country are charging. And therefore, through this initiative, it is really making progress. It is really turning around people's lives. This is a short note of what is happening in Iringa, but we will be in position to give more stories, to give more feedback of what is going on between our partner dioceses, between our partner congregations and institutions. I'm very thankful today, and may God bless you all, especially our friends who are pulling together their efforts to pull together financial resources and help many families here in Tanzania. Thank you.
Greetings from Hot Iringa. My name is Itiweni Samson. I'm working as a coordinator of Microfinance Institute, which is at Tumaini University, Iringa University College. We are working with the villages in Iringa so as to help them to improve their economic and to help the government to reduce poverty, which is common in Africa. Right now, we have about 12 villages we are working with, and we have seen improvement from those people who we are working with. That others that before they had no business, they had no improved farms, but after engaging or working with the microfinance, they have improved their lives by having businesses, by having a good farms, by sending their kids to school, by improving their houses and other success stories, which is happening here in Iringa because of the Microfinance Institute. And we are likely to work with more villages or more parishes here in Iringa so as to improve their life. And what we are doing is just making sure that we help them to improve their economic statuses, but also to train them on how to use the opportunities they are getting from the Microfinance Institute, but also to help them to be in a position where they can stand by themselves without depending from anywhere else, by establishing small businesses, by having good farming methods and different things which will help to improve their lifestyles from where they were and where they are right now. And that we have different people in different villages. Before starting the microfinance, they never plan on what to do. But in our trainings, we also teach people on how to write a small business plans. And right now, most people in Ilandilole and in Pomeranian, they are able to write a business plan to explain that from what they are planning to do and what will be the end result. Like someone is expecting to farm, let's say peas. So right now they're in position to estimate or to write down that I'm expecting to have 1 acre of peas, then the farm will cost this much, and I'm expecting to sell and get this much, of which in Africa it's not common. People, they didn't do that, but now they are able to write down what do they want and what do they expect as the end result after having trainings from the microfinance.
I really appreciate your support, especially in raising funds to establish credits and savings unions in ELC Iringa Diocese parishes. And we really appreciate your support because it goes to the poor people. And by doing so, you help people to generate more incomes for elevating their poverty And I think you should continue supporting the diocese in that way, because it's very helpful to the well-being of our people, especially the people at the bottom of the pyramid. So I request every one of you to do that. Thank you.
Thank you.